Hi everyone, it's Michelle here from Move Life. Thank you for joining me today. Today we are going to be creating some veggie trays. I love creating different types of veggie trays. I think that it's fun just to incorporate a whole bunch of different colors so that you've got all your phytonutrients and your minerals and vitamins and antioxidants and lots of great things to choose from. I love making veggie trays during this season. It's the summer season here in Canada. It's something that is easy to just grab out of the fridge, plop down if you have guests that have come over, or let's say you're hanging out in the backyard, you don't want to be cooking in the kitchen all afternoon, so it's just easy to just grab and bring with you outside, and then you can enjoy the time with your guests or with your kids or with your family or whichever, or by yourself. I know my sister also likes to keep her veggie tray available for the kids after school. So rather than them running to the cupboard and grabbing some junk food, she's got a veggie tray on hand, on the table, ready to go so they can enjoy some vegetables. We've got some fun dips, so that's always fun for the kids to be able to dip and have a little fun with that too. So I am going to start creating, so I hope you enjoy this. So we're gonna create two different options today. So we're starting out with a large plate. This one is just a white glass plate. You can use just about anything. I also have larger platters that are like double the size, but I find this is simple for putting it in the fridge. There's enough space to still get lots of things around it. You could also always use like a proper veggie platter that has a lid on it. I just find this fun because you can decorate it a little bit differently and a little creative. So we are gonna start here with this white plate. Then I've kind of got a few things already cut up and ready to go here. So for our first tray, we are gonna start with adding on the dips. So I've got a bunch of different dips here. This one is the hummus, and then I've also got my beet dip. The beet dip's not on my website, but the hummus is. Feel free to check it out. Nice and simple as well. Lots of lemon in this one, so it's very lemony, very fresh, and yeah, I really like it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with those. You can arrange them how you would like. I like to put them kind of in the middle, but a little separated, and then we're gonna create around it. So I've got some cucumber, which I think cucumber should go on every veggie tray. I think it is something that almost everybody likes, whether you're a child, whether you're an adult. I may be wrong, sorry if you don't like cucumber, but I just really love cucumber. It's a simple, easy vegetable for me. So I like to do it a little bit differently.
So normally I take a grater and I'm just gonna grate the sides of the cucumber, probably about like say a centimeter to an inch in distance all the way around. And it just gives that nice little effect so you can see the inside. Then you've got some dark green and some light green, as you can see. And then I'm gonna cut it into bite-sized slices. And when it's done, it just looks really cool, something different, and gives it a nice little extra effect.
So I'm gonna arrange that on our tray here, just like this. And I like that because it's nice and together, looks put together and pretty. Now we can add some more also, but I'm just gonna start throwing a few more other things in there. We've got some radishes, which I think would be fun. I don't really like radishes, but I know a lot of people who do. So we're gonna throw some of those bad boys right over here. Okay. So we've got some endive here, some purple endive. It's just a nice, beautiful color, and we are going to add that to the tray next. On the side, I'm gonna make it kind of like a wheel. Yeah, just make it look kind of interesting. So this is really fun, something different, but yet you can just grab it, and it's really good with dipping, which is why I really like to use that one. All right, so it's looking good so far. So let's add some of this asparagus. So now I've blanched these asparagus ahead of time. So what I did is I cut the ends off. I'm going to slice them in half, and then you're gonna throw them in hot water for anywhere from like half a minute to a minute. That's just gonna make them just a little bit softer. And then what you do is you just throw them in cold water so that they cool down and they don't continue cooking, because you don't want them too soft. You just want them soft enough that they're easy to chew when you're eating them raw, I would say. So we're gonna arrange some of those over like this. Pretty, pretty. Okay, so I've also got some orange peppers here. I think orange peppers would look really great on this one too. So I'm gonna throw some of those over here. Whoop, we're getting into the beet dip. The beet dip is messy, so watch that. And I'm just gonna add all of those in because they look fabulous. We've got some carrots. I think would be fun to kind of throw in there too. Most kids and adults love carrot. And then we've also got some mushrooms. So let's just throw a bit of those mushrooms on top. Now I like making it just kind of like interesting, throwing different things together, cutting things differently, you know, just kind of making it a little bit more interesting than what you would do regularly. Okay, we've got some jalapenos. I'm leaving these together. Jalapenos aren't something that everybody likes, but I just find it fun when somebody does. They could easily chop it up if they want it, but also it just adds a little bit of extra texture and color to our tray. So it just looks pretty. Just add that in there. Now we've got blueberries. Blueberries obviously are a fruit, but they are low in sugar, and they just add some blue, some extra phytonutrients and antioxidants. So it's fun to just grab as you go as well. So I'm just gonna spread those all over. I think when people are munching and picking things on their own, it's just fun to have that extra little blueberry punch in the mix. They're so good. And obviously the season is coming up soon here in the summer, which I am pumped about. So we're just gonna arrange those all over. Yum. I love the purple and the blues. Oh my goodness. With the greens. And the orange. The blue and the orange looks great together here. We've got a nice little mix that is looking beautiful. Okay, so now to go with that, I like to add a little bit of herbs or something fun. So with this one, I'm gonna actually add my parsley. So I'm going to just take a little piece off here. I also like to add a little bit of the parsley to our dips, just to put it on top. It looks really cute. So I'm gonna arrange that in there first. Pretty. Just to add that little Martha Stewart touch. And then you're gonna be throwing some more of this parsley in and about. I know I've talked to you guys about this many times before, but parsley is really great for decreasing bloating. So if you see it on the tray, and I know that it looks like it's gonna be just for a garnish, it actually is really great for you, great for your blood, circulatory system, all of that. So I just want you to add some of that into your diet, whether you put in your smoothies or whether you're just eating it off of the tray. Even though it may look like the garnish, it is super good for you. So this is looking so pretty so far. I love it. I think we're solid on this one. This is my first one we've created. I think you guys are gonna like it. It is lots of colors, beautiful, lots happening here. And it's fun for everybody, and you can dip, and there you go. So for our next tray, I've already added some of my homemade crackers. You can find the recipe on my website, movelife.com. They are almond flour based crackers, and in these ones I have some Italian spices. So they are going to go together great with all of the things that I have for this veggie tray. So I've added that there, and with this veggie tray, I've actually added my guacamole. So I'm gonna put that here on the tray. And then around it, I've got a few different things that are actually in little containers as well. Because they're a little oily, I don't want them mixing with the other things. So that's gonna keep them separate. So here I've got some artichoke hearts. So they're already pre-done. They're kind of like from the antipasto section. So they've got some oil and some herbs on them. So I'm gonna add that. And then I've got some sun-dried tomatoes. So I'm gonna add that in there as well. Okay. And then in and around that, I'm gonna add some of my vegetables. So I'm always gonna add the cucumber. That is just a given for me. Like I said, I really love cucumber. So we're gonna add that in here. And we might as well go in and around some of this, make it look beautiful. Okay. And then over here, I've got some broccoli that I didn't add in the other one. So let's add it to this one. I'll add that on a corner. Whoop, dropping them here. Okay. Stick it in any holes that you can find just to fill things up and make it look nice and full. We got lots of green in this one, which is completely fine, but I'm gonna actually add some of these. I have some extra. So let's add some of these into this one as well. We'll just stick those in here. Pretty. And then we'll add some of these carrots in there too, because those are also available. Might as well throw them in. Everybody loves them.
Next up, I'm going to be using a zucchini. So I'm going to slice it up a little bit differently, chopping off the ends because we don't need those. Then I'm going to come back to that grater that I was using earlier, and we're going to grate long slices. So then you're going to take your long slices and you're going to lay it down, and then you're going to roll it up so that it looks a little bit different. How cute is that? I just think it's a really unique way to add a little something different to your veggie tray. And it's just the great size also for bite size for dipping. And zucchini's not normally something that you would put on a veggie tray or that I see often. But when you put it something like this, then it's just a little bit more entertaining, more enjoyable, and hopefully people will dig in.
The texture is different because they are rolled and they're thin. So rather than just cutting chunks of zucchini, these are rolled up, so it gives you the different texture. It's kind of like having a cucumber. It's just fun to have a little different look. I like that. So I'm just gonna layer a whole bunch of those in there. I'm actually also going to be adding some nuts and some dates. So we've got different nuts here. I've got some almonds and I've got some, what are these called again? Pecans. Let's add some pecans. Pecans are delicious. So I'm gonna just kind of add those in and around everywhere because it's fun just to grab. People always love just something, you know, fun to just nibble on. So we'll just put those all around everywhere. Add them all in. Oh yeah. Whoop, losing them again too. Great. So we've got that. And then we've also got these dates. So we're gonna add the dates in there too. Those can kind of go in the middle here. So it's just a little bit of sweetness. It's kind of like when I have the blueberries. They just add a little bit of sweetness for somebody who's looking for a little bit of a sweetness while they're eating their other things that are a little bit more salty or savory. So I'm also gonna add some blueberries. I really just love blueberries. Adding a little bit of color to your veggie tray, veggie/fruit tray. So I'll add some of those in there. Whoop! Oh my gosh, I am making a mess here, but that's okay. We're gonna roll with it. So add those all in there. These ones are so delicious, by the way, also. Oh my goodness. I was munching on them before we started here. So pretty. Okay, that's great. So the next thing that I also wanted to add is dill with this one. So we were talking about adding different herbs and things. I really like dill, and they would go great together with crackers or a cucumber, some guacamole, some of the artichoke, and a little bit of dill. Oh, that would taste delicious. I was actually also thinking with this tray, if it was bigger, I was gonna add mustard. I think mustard, I don't really like different mustards. I like just like the normal mustard, but I know a lot of people really like Dijon mustard, and I think that that would add a nice little extra touch as well. And there's lots of different flavors and options these days for that, so that could be something you want to try as well. So I'm just going to put a whole bunch of different bits of this in here. And again, like add it, you know, add it to your little mixture. It's not just for looks, it's also because it's very healthy for you and adds so much flavor to just the normal boring vegetables. All right, that's so beautiful. Guys, it's so pretty. So we have these two beautiful, gorgeous veggie trays. I really want to encourage people that, you know, a veggie tray doesn't have to be just a typical, you know, just cucumbers cut normal, carrots, what else is there normally? Celery, maybe some mushrooms. You can add so many other wonderful things to it. This is still very simple. I also wanted to keep it simple enough that people are going to be encouraged to want to add these things, and they're really pretty basic. You've got some dates, you got some blueberries, you got the broccoli, you got the artichoke, and then changing up with different dips. So whether you're using a hummus or guacamole, or you got the beet dip. I love the asparagus. I think that's something a little extra different. Adding the herbs is really fun because it's going to give that extra little taste, and it is good for you. And then adding just so much of different colors and the beautiful rainbow. It's gorgeous. I would also add a little knife or spoon to your dips, and then it's easy to grab and go. And that's all she wrote, folks. I love creating different plates. Now, if you are into eating cheeses and meats and things, obviously you can add those things to it. I choose to kind of stick to the vegetables and the dips and adding a little bit of fruit here and there. But whatever you think you and your guests would enjoy, please feel free. But always add in a whole bunch of different colors. Remember, you want to eat the rainbow so that you're getting all the different nutrients that your body needs to be able to thrive. I really, truly believe that what we eat is a big part of how we feel, how we look, and our energy, and also just in general, how healthy we are going to be, staying away from different diseases. And I think it's really important to be giving your body these nutrients so that your cells and everything are working to its optimal. So incorporating different colors, obviously you're gonna get different vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, and all of that goodness that your body needs from all the different colors. So incorporating different colors is so important, and really it's not that hard to just add a little bit of extra vegetables to your diet. But the big thing is just having it readily available so that you're not tempted to go grab something else. And also something like this is great to add to the table so that maybe your children or your other family members wouldn't necessarily grab that on their own in the fridge. But if you put that out ready for them, hopefully that will encourage them to just try it and grab a little something extra, especially if they see you doing it. It's going to encourage them to do it as well. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you all for coming and watching. I am inspired by all of you, and I would love to hear from you all. Feel free to comment down below. Also, please don't forget to move your body. It's so important to get movement into your daily routine, as well as filling your body with so much vitamins, minerals, nutrients, all of that good stuff. It is going to help you keep diseases away, keep you healthy, keep you strong, and living a wonderful, happy life. So thanks again for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will have many more videos coming for you soon. Thanks again. Bye. Yay, I love it. It's so pretty. Who wants to make veggie trays? I love guacamole. It is so good.